Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lady K Chat podcast. I am your host, Lady K, and I just want to tell you a little bit about today's show, which is called Mom Talk. And Mom Talk is where myself and my guest, Miss Kalisha Mills, we just go into depth talking about the many hats that we wear and how a woman's job is never done. But we are here to tell you today, ladies, you are not by yourself. We all do it, but we also have to create boundaries. Tune in tonight at 6 p.m. See you there.
The following podcast is a Lady K Enterprises production.
Lady K.
Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to Lady K Chat, a podcast that is designed for all women to become better versions of themselves, which is broadcast every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Various subjects will be speaked upon, such as relationships, personal development, health and wellness, wealth building, children, and so much more. She is a two-time Amazon best-selling author, an international speaker, and life coach. She is Kalima, aka Lady K. And now for your host, Lady K.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Mom Talk. And ladies, listen, I know right now it's enough that we do so much for our children. We put our children on the front line. We actually put our children before us because we just make the necessary sacrifices every day. But I could imagine how your life probably transitioned since the COVID-19 happened. But today I'm not going to talk about this about myself. I actually have the pleasure of introducing someone who's also a mompreneur herself, and I have the pleasure of introducing Miss Kalisha Mills. Kalisha, how are you today?
Oh, I'm so awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome, Kalisha. Listen, I thank you for coming on today because as I just said, I know sometimes, as moms, we feel like we pour our heart into our children. And then with this COVID-19, I could imagine how they're feeling now. Like, I want to talk about it all. I want to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the cries, the happy smiles, because that's what mothering is all about. Am I right?
Exactly. That is so true. And I'm so excited to share what I'm experiencing with you as well.
Great. Listen, I can't wait because let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have a 4-year-old and I have a 17-year-old. That's just like, trying to have one slow down and one speed up. It is, it's just too much because now I have them 24/7 and I'm also trying to conduct, my life to keep my sanity. Oh my God. So I could imagine how other moms are feeling. What about the children how old are your children? What's their ages like?
Well, I mean, I can smile that you just have, your kids are at two kind of different spectrums, right? So I have 4 kids.
No, I have 2.
But I have 4.
Oh my God.
Yes. So, and they are 14, 10, 8, and 6. So you can imagine 1 minute they are best of friends and within the split second they are like they want to tear each other apart. Right. So it's really a real roller coaster right now in my house.
Right. And then let me ask you this, I'm not sure where you're located at because you're in Virgin Islands, correct?
I am in the Caribbean, but I'm in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wonderful. Matter of fact, I just got to throw in real quick. How is the weather there right now?
It is sunny 24/7 every day of the week.
Listen, I'm so jealous right now. I'll trade you because we got like 47 degrees over here in the East Coast, but it's okay.
Yes, you have to make it wherever you are.
Exactly. Now, Kalisha, was your family affected by COVID-19?
Definitely my family was affected. Now, my income was not affected as much because even though I am a mompreneur, I have my own business. Within the last 3 years, I have decided to step back out in the corporate world. And the reason why I decided to do that was because I had the opportunity to make a difference in an organization that I really loved on my island. So that's the reason why I made that decision. So it took me a little while to get back into that day mode, but I am so fortunate that I am able to really split my time between the two. And now, since we have the mandate to stay at home, it's like, coming back to a life that I had before. Because before that 3 years, I have been a full-on entrepreneur for over 13 years. So it's like, it's not new territory for me to be at home with the kids, but it's a welcome change for me. Now, being out of that situation for 3 years, I did have to make some adjustments. I got very comfortable not being at home during the day. And I also got very comfortable in, just relinquishing some of the tasks that I had to do that caused me a bit of overwhelm. So now, as I'm back at home, I have to do, the cooking, the cleaning, teaching the kids by myself, together with my husband, but, that role with them again. So it has been quite an adjustment.
Right. And you know what too? I like how you said it, because it's not to throw your husband under the bus, because yes, men, you are awesome and you are amazing, and we thank you for providing for your families. But we all know that it always falls on mommy.
Exactly.
Daddy can be sitting right there at the kitchen table. They will surpass him and go straight to you and say, "Hey, mom," and then you be like, "Did you just walk past your dad just to ask me?" Like, and this is why sometimes they can't understand why mommy tripping, because mommy is overwhelmed.
Exactly. Because now I am doing the lunch. I take out the lunch. I put the lunch on the table. I said, "Okay, guys, come get your lunch." People, the kids, they hang around. They're like, "Okay." I said, "Come get your lunch."
Right.
And it's mommy that does it. When we sit at night, because we all watch more TV now as we are at home. Everyone wants to sit by mom. Like, okay, daddy's like, so no one wants to sit by me. They all want to sit by mom and get under the covers, with mom. So, it's really it's a nice thing, but it can also be kind of overwhelming, because you are accustomed being that person that everybody leans on, and you also need that space, that time, especially now when, everyone is around you. Now is the best time that you have to consider getting that space and that time for yourself.
Absolutely. And I can agree with everything that you were saying, but one of the things that I kept running through my mind as you was talking about your children, you say, how, everything, they'll come to you, they just want to be right under mom. I remember my mother said this expression before. They said they know who feed them, they know who take care of them. So the one who shows them, not to say, again, not to exclude daddy, but it's a different type of feeling when a mother, the comfort of a mother, but like you said, at times mommy feel overwhelmed, so mommy have to excuse ourselves. I think sometimes we have to teach our children to give us a moment, because they just feel they can come to us any and every time. And then sometimes you can be going through a moment. You have to say, you know what? And it's healthy to do this. You know what? Can you give mommy 10, 15 minutes? I just got to go to the bathroom. And even though we know while you're going in there, your kids need to learn the boundaries, because I think sometimes what happens is they walk right in on us, right? We're in the bathroom. They'll ask us 1,001 questions, or they'll be at the door. They'll be like, "Mom, are you coming out soon?" And it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I really need to know boundaries. But I think it's something for us mothers to, make sure that we enforce it so they can respect how we feel, and the same thing with them.
Yeah, and I like how you say that we need to enforce it, because if we don't, then it definitely will continue. And it really has been a work in progress for me, because, they would continue coming in, and it's only when I insist and I explain to them, okay, this is what I'm doing, because like right now, as I'm recording, right, the kids, they are there at any minute. Anyone can come and
Right.
pound on the door until I answer, right?
Listen.
I told my 14-year-old, I said, listen, I'm going to record this podcast. I want you to just be with the kids and ensure that no one disturbs me. And, after a while of doing things like that, then they understand, hey, look, mommy's doing this and I'm not, going to disturb her at this time. So yes, as you said, we really need to enforce it, because the time that we cut them slack in that area, they're going to go right back to,
Exactly.
feeling as though they can approach us at any minute of the day.
Exactly. But you know what? I think that's part of the reason why they don't approach the men, because they know the men is not going to really give in like we do. They're going to look at them like, and they're like, let me go ask my mommy anyway. I don't know why I asked you.
Yes, and it goes the same, like even with my phones, like the kids don't take their dad's phone and play games.
Right.
Like, how do they know not to do that? Like, every time I look for my phone, I can't find it because they take it, they're playing games on it.
Right.
So it's like enforcing that boundary. We need to ensure that they understand when we need our space and even our things. And even
Right.
sometimes with the kids, if they are very young, they love to come in and sleep on our beds and stuff like that. So just as you said, we need to enforce and not give that leeway as us moms love to do at times.
Right. Absolutely. And I was going to say, what about you? When do you take your me time? Do you even have a me time?
Well, right now, I don't have, I don't really have me time, especially now as we are all at home. But for the past 2 years or so, I decided that I had to take that me time. And that was the best decision I did, because
Absolutely.
before that, I was that super mom. I was there for everyone, for everything, and doing it all. And I was so burnt out.
Right.
And it's when I decided, look, I need a break. And at that point in time, I had just joined a business mastermind, and that mastermind, we had a live 3-day session in Milan, Italy. Now, when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to be there for that? I actually thought, look, this lady is crazy. There's no way I could leave my family, fly across the world, and be in Milan for 3 days. And when I said it to myself, I was like, no, something is wrong with this. And I moved from the position of feeling as though I didn't deserve it to the position of, look, you deserve this. You have been there. You are doing your best. And this will be your time to really do something for you. And in that day, I made that decision that I am going to do this. And I started putting things in place. I told my husband, I told my kids. They all looked at me as though like I'm crazy, and they didn't even think that I was serious. Like, it was so out of the way, because they know mommy never goes anywhere. She never does anything.
Right.
So when they saw the plans coming together, now I continue with my plans. I booked my flights. I put together my vacation days. And I started looking at places to stay. And when they were seeing all of that, they said, look, wow, mommy is really going. I also booked 5 extra days in Paris.
Wow.
So I said, you know what? I'm on that side of the world. I am not going to be there again. Let me make the most of it. And let me tell you, it was the best 7 days of my life. I traveled. I visited all the sites by myself. These were the things that I would have done pre-marriage, pre-children, right? When I didn't have those responsibilities.
Right.
But now I found myself feeling so happy, so free, so relaxed. So when I came home, I was like a totally different person, not to mention what I would have learned on that mastermind. So I would say if you are thinking about it, if you feel as though you don't deserve it, I want to tell you today that you deserve it. And it doesn't even have to go as far as traveling half the way across the world. I mean, you could go to another state, you could go to another country that is close to you that will not put you in that expense. But I want to say to you, just do something, plan something as soon as this COVID is over.
Wow. Let me tell you something, Kalisha. Because you said a mouthful, but let me just sum up what I took from that.
Mm-hmm.
Productivity is not selfish.
Wow.
And as long as you have balance,
Mm-hmm.
you're selfless.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, what you gave me, that's what I took away from that. I thank you for sharing that. That was very powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish her and I can go on and on, but we are running out of time. But Kalisha, it was a pleasure to have you here. Miss Mompreneur, if they wanted to find you, how can the people find you?
So you can find me firstly on my website, KalishaMills.com. That is www.KalishaMills.com. You could also find me on my Facebook page at Kalisha Mills Online, as well as Instagram at Kalisha Mills.
Thank you, Kalisha. And as y'all know, ladies and gentlemen, you can continue to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Lady K Chat and on my website at www.ladykenterprises, and K is spelled KAYINC.com. Again, so that's www.ladykeenterprises, INC. And you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Lady K.